Aduni was the first daughter in her family. She grew up being responsible, always doing the right thing, quiet but strong. Her younger sister, Ronke, was the opposite, loud, playful, and carefree. Ronke didn't think before she acted, but somehow everyone adored her, especially their parents. Ronke got married first at 23. Aduni was 28 years old then. She was the one who cooked, cleaned, bought extra things for the wedding, and even helped to settle Ronke's bridal list. But after the wedding, something changed. At family meetings, they would say, Ronke, what do you think? If Aduni tried to speak, someone would say, let the married woman talk first. Sometimes they would even joke, Aduni, you are too old. Go and find husband. Your mates are already giving birth. They laughed, but she didn't find it funny. Still, Aduni didn't shout. She just withdrew little by little, but she didn't take nonsense. If they pushed her too far, she would speak up. I am not less of a person because I am unmarried, she said, but they always rolled their eyes. Her mother constantly compared the two sisters. Look at your younger sister. You are still here doing big woman up and down. Years later, Aduni finally met someone, Tunde, calm, kind and intelligent. They had a small wedding. Her family barely showed up. One auntie even said, she's too old for a big celebration. We thank God she finally married though. Aduni smiled through it. But soon, new pressure came. Children. Ronke had 3 kids already. Every Christmas, her mother would say things like, some of you don't know the joy of children, while looking straight at Aduni. One uncle once joked, Aduni and her husband came empty-handed again, oh, just the two of them. Everyone laughed, except Aduni. Even Ronke mocked her one day after church. You don't know what stress is until you raise kids. You people are just enjoying honeymoon forever. Once, after her mother heard her scolding Ronke on the phone for showing up late to a family meeting and not apologizing, Mama said, you are always hungry. You need to humble yourself. You better call your sister and beg her. Oh. I didn't do anything wrong, Aduni replied. But she's married, she has children, learn respect. Aduni wanted to scream, but she held her peace. Her husband Tunde noticed everything. You know you don't have to keep forcing yourself into people who don't value you, babe, Tunde said. So she stopped trying. She stopped visiting. They said she was proud. They said she was jealous of Ronke. Aduni didn't answer. Then one day, Ronke's husband got into trouble. Financial fraud. Their house was seized. Ronke had to leave her home with her kids. She had nowhere to go. Aduni's mother called her. Please, she begged, help your sister. Just let her stay with you and Tunde for a while. Just one room is fine. Aduni was quiet. Then she asked, are you asking me because I am your daughter or because I have a house? Her mother hesitated. We are family. Blood is blood. Aduni thought for a long time, then said, okay, bring them tomorrow. They arrived the next day. Ronke looking pale, her kids hungry, her mom acting like everything was fine. They stayed in the guest room. The next 3 days were awkward. Aduni was polite. Her husband was kind, but she could feel the tension. Nobody said sorry, not even Ronke. Then on day 5, Ronke walked into the living room and asked, "When will your house help come and do the dishes?" Aduni turned slowly. "There's no house help. You can do your own dishes." Ronke scoffed. Ah, so you brought us here to punish us, eh? No, Aduni said calmly. You punished me for years. I just let you stay so you could rest, but I would not let you make me your maid in my own house. Later that evening, her mom knocked. My daughter, she began softly. You know we are Aduni cut her off. Family is supposed to protect, not break. Her mom tried to smile. Let's put the past behind. Aduni nodded. Okay, no problem. The next morning, she dropped an envelope on the table. Inside was rent money. 1 month, enough for a small flat. You said temporary, Aduni said. So this should help. You need to leave by Sunday. Ronke burst into tears. Her mom pleaded. So you're kicking your sister out? No, Adunu said again, firm. I am reminding you that I am not your doormat. That Sunday, they left. Years had passed. Rainy season had come and gone. Aduni was thriving quietly. She had just launched a small skincare line and finally bore a child. Her husband was still loving and they lived in peace. Then one morning, while scrolling on the internet, she saw it, a FundMe link titled "Help Save Our Father's Life, Abandoned by His Rich Daughter." And right there, her full name, Aduni Adebayo, a photo of their dad on a hospital bed, alongside a paragraph from Ronke that read, "She's doing well now and left us behind. Family means nothing to her." Her phone shook in her hand. She hadn't even been contacted about the health situation. She called her mom, no answer. Called Ronke, switched off. But comments were flying. Rich people have no heart to. What kind of daughter abandons her father like this sef? They turned public opinion against her. People began DMing her business page, insulting her. She was livid. That night, she sat in the dark with her husband. They crossed a line, babe, she said quietly. And he replied, then give them the storm they always wanted. The next day, Aduni called a press conference, small and private, just a few journalists. She released screenshots and evidence of many things she had done for them in the past, even the one for Ronke's children's school fees. She ended with one line. Let this be clear. I was not the one who left my family. They were the ones who never let me in. Blogs carried it. Suddenly, the story flipped. People dragged Ronke hard. Sponsors pulled out their funds. Ronke even got fired from her job. Her company said they didn't want public fraud or family drama. Her mom was embarrassed out of her church group. And Aduni, she didn't say another word. She just lived until one day her mother came to the gate alone, eyes sunken. She waited for hours till Aduni eventually stepped out. Please, her mother whispered, just help us. We are wrong, my daughter. Aduni looked her in the eye, calm and steady. I help people who are struggling, yes, but not manipulators. Not people who try to ruin my reputation. Her mom fell to her knees. We are sorry, Duni. I am sorry. Aduni shook her head. You are not sorry. You are just losing. Then she turned around and walked into the house. This time, no mercy, and the funding still open, still empty, still begging. The girl they once silenced found her voice, and this time it echoed.